remember that, that's okay. Okay, we won't be doing it that much this year, but it's a skill that's good to have. What's the next step for completing the square? Does somebody else remember? Sort of, yes. Go ahead.
Do you take the negative 1/2 and divide it
Melissa, you want to take it? Yeah, good. Now, completing the square, it's always going to be half of that number. So where that came from? Can someone please tell me where Marissa got the negative 1/2 from? Yeah. Yeah, whatever the coefficient is of the x. Now, I picked one that's mean, but you guys are in grade 12U, so it's okay for me to mean for the first example of the year. Here comes the real tricky part, and this has screwed up a generation of students. What is negative 1/2 divided by 2? Quarter, thank you. Negative quarter, but yes. Okay. Now, I know somebody said 1. If you said 1, just think if it's negative, dividing by 2 will make something smaller, right? So if you have 1/2 and half of that's going to be smaller. Okay, what's negative 1/4 squared? Can someone do that in their head, please? 1/16. Positive, though, right? But yeah. Now, when I do my completing the square, I do boxes and underlines and stuff like that because it helps you to remember how to do it. Okay. If you haven't done completing the square since first term last year, that's fine. Okay, right? Or grade 10, whatever you do. Okay, can someone else be brave and tell me what to do with the positive 1/16? Somebody new? Yeah, go ahead. Very good. So it's going to be 2 brackets x squared minus 1/2 x plus 1/16 minus 1/16 minus 6. Okay, what comes next after that? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to multiply that slope left. So it equals 2 bracket x squared minus 1/2 x plus 1/16 minus 1/8 minus 6. Now notice 2 times negative 1/16 is negative 2/16, which in most terms is negative 1/8. Is this looking familiar at all? If you're in my class, I know it was, because I told you to do with these questions for sure. I don't know if Mr. Walker went into completing square fractions. I'm sure so. Why, just as a reminder here, why did, I know my class will hopefully remember this, why do I have to complete the square and not use a simpler method for this? The hint is look at question B. What does question B need us to find? Yeah, the inverse, right? The inverse you need to have into vertex form. If the equation is not in vertex form, you can't find the inverse, right? Okay, so if you don't remember that, that's okay. All right, can someone finish this off for me now? John, you want to try?
Now do you multiply the 2 then?
Nope, not quite though. This is just, yeah, you're simply going to use this one here though, right, to finish up?
Okay.
No? Okay, so this is just going to be f of x equals 2x minus 1/4 minus 6/8. Now I know if it's been a year since you've done this, that's fine. Okay, that's okay. All right, what's my vertex going to be and which way does this open? Okay, go ahead.
It's going to open up.
Okay.
And your vertex is 1/4 negative 6.
Now, there'll be somebody who guessed for the up and the down. Oh, and I know that's not you. Where did you get this? Why does this open up?
Because the 2 in front of the bracket is positive.
Very good. The number in front of the bracket tells you if it's going to open up the example. This you guys learned in grade 10, right? This should be coming back. No, grade 10 was a long time ago, but yes. Yes. Good. Okay. All right, we need x-intercepts now. Can someone recall how we find x-intercepts? There's 2 ways to find an x-intercept. What are the 2 ways? Oh goodness, oh no. Yeah, go ahead. Good, this is not, well, that's going to be the y-intercept, okay? That'll be x equals 0. Well, I will do that one first. Y-intercept is set x equals 0. And this used to get, I used to get backwards on that too when I was a kid. So it's going to be y equals 2 times 0 squared minus 0. 6. So y equals negative 6. Now, because we're dealing with inverses, I'd actually, sorry, if I'm going too quickly, please ask. Basic for the y-intercept is just going to be the number. That's what it's going to be, right? Everything else goes to 0. Let's come back a little bit, I hope. If it's not, that's okay. You good? I'm not trying to love that shirt. Not to embarrass you.
Yeah.
I said that last for a lot.
I like that shirt.
Okay, what? I'll stop doing it now. Okay, I'll stop there.
We'll do that.
Okay. What's the, if I were to graph that point, it's going to be what, comma, what, please? What, comma, what to graph? Right, go ahead. 0, comma, negative 6. The x is 0 comes from here, right? Now, the reason I'm making a big deal with this is I'm dealing with inverses in a minute. Okay, how do I get my x-intercepts then now? Yeah.
Set y.
Good. Now, there are two ways to find the x-intercepts. How do I solve this question? There's two ways. And I'm going to pick my way, not Mr. Lacey's way. I can say that he's the vice principal. He could come in here and take my job now. Okay, how do I solve that? There's two ways to do it. Oh, dude. I almost keeled over there. Yes, you can quadratic formula this, okay? I'm not going to do that, but you can quadratic formula this. Anytime there's a quadratic. Now, the reason I'm not, because in this course we'll be solving cubics and quartics and quintics and giant equations, okay? So I want to get you away from thinking the quadratic formula is the only way to do this. How else can I do it other than quadratic formulating? There we go. Factoring. And I'm going just to practice factoring. There will be a ton of factoring in this class, okay? So we're going to do the m and the a thing over here. What is the m, please, on this? I heard somebody say I suck at this. If that you said that, hopefully that wasn't anyone. Maybe it was somebody next door. Don't have bad attitudes toward that. Okay, you guys can do this. If you do suck at factoring, okay, this magic piece of paper will be on the blackboard. This is for my 10 applied, but you guys can have it too. All right. What's the m and what's the a here, please? Yeah.
The m is minus 12 and the a is 12.
Yeah. Now, I know, Albert, you do this a different way. If you don't mind me saying in front of the class, and you can factor your way, no problem. Okay. I'll just do mine on the board, though, if you don't mind, and we'll go from that. What are the two numbers that multiply to negative 12 and add to negative 1? Yeah, Marissa, go ahead. Negative 4 and 3. Now, if you have a faster way than I'm doing it, do it your way. Okay? Just as long as we get the same answer. Actually, you look probably. Yeah, you seen my class.
Under Nathan.
I think Nathan might be. All right, enough stalling, no extra. What do I do with that negative 4 and the positive 3 now, please? Do you remember what to do here?
But it's like 2x squared
Yeah.
minus 4 plus 3x minus 4x plus 3x.
Very good. Okay, now if you take a look, negative 4x plus 3x inside the bracket is the same as negative x on top, right? So it doesn't change it. Okay, can somebody remind me what to do at this moment in time? Yeah, Owen, go.
Split the equation in half.
Yeah.
And then, so like, first half, take the x out.
Yeah.
And so you'd be left with 2x and then brackets x minus 2.
Good. Keep going.
And then you take a plus 3 on the other side.
Yeah.
You have x minus 2 brackets, and it's right because you have brackets.
You're taking the jokes away from the yes. One thing just to remember when you're doing these is that the brackets have to line up. Okay? So if the brackets don't, either you didn't take out the right common factor or you picked the wrong numbers more than likely. Can somebody finish this off for me or finish off the next step here? Alana, go ahead.
So you're going to take the two coefficients, so 2x plus 3 in one bracket, and then x minus 2 in the other.
Right. Okay, so you said, Mr. Sadler, you just wasted 5 minutes of my life. We factored that. How does that help me find the roots? Yeah, go ahead.
Do like 2x plus 3 equals 0.
Yeah.
And then x go 2.
Great.
And the other one's 2.
Negative 3 over 2, yeah. And then, yeah, x minus 2 equals 0. These are called roots or zeros or whatever your grade 10 teacher happened to call them. All right, if I were to graph those points on a graph, what would the coordinates be? What, comma, what, please? All right.
So negative 3 over 2 comma 0.
Yeah.
And then 2 comma 0.
All right, so this is not, although I didn't mean to yell at Albert, Albert and I are good friends, sorry for yelling at you when you said to use the quadratic formula, okay? You have the permission to use the quadratic formula always, okay, right? If you get a quadratic, that's what it's used for, okay? But this is normally quicker, and when we're doing bigger equations, you have to factor things. All right, so I'm going to graph this one very fast, and then we'll talk about inverses, okay? So leave this piece of paper sort of handy, because we're going to use the inverses here in a sec. Here comes a fast graph. How are we doing for time?
You have about 2 minutes. Yep, finish up other one.
As soon as I'm done this example. Where are we go? Where's my... Okay, so this is going to be the fastest graph we've ever seen. You know what? Okay, I'm going to do this. Whoops. I'm going to do this graph. I can't believe I'm going to buckle on the first day. I'm going to scrap the homework for tonight. I'm not the best. I'm the first, actually. But as punishment, we got to finish my next example here instead. Okay, for those people that are packing up, please don't pack up yet. So when you're getting your graph to line up here, make sure you go to at least a 6 in each directions, because we need to get to -6 and 1/8. Okay. So as far as what my points are going to be here, here's 2 zeros here. -3/2 and 0 is there. Alarm. Tap to snooze. Oh, great, I gotta snooze again. I'm gonna stop that. So my wife bought me a new phone, but she got me one that's like 8 gigabytes or something is all that's on it. So I can have like 20 songs on my phone, which is awful. Anyway, enough of my problems here. What was the vertex? 1/4 and -6 and 1/8. Okay, so there's my graph. Right there. So that's f of x. Now I want to talk about the inverse. I'm not going to actually do the equation, but I just want to remind you guys the concept of what an inverse is. What is an inverse going to be? Go ahead.
Isn't it, you flip the x and y?
Very good. So all an inverse is, I'll do this over here. So my original points for f of x, I'll do here, I'll do f of inverse on the left. So my first point was 1/4 and -6 and 1/8, 0 and -6, 2 and 0, and -3/2 and 0. Okay, can someone other than Peter be brave, please, and give me the corresponding points for the inverse? Please play along. The quicker we play along, the quicker we're done here. Foxman, go.
You can just go 6 and 1/8
Yeah.
x and negative.
Oh, careful. I said negative. The negatives don't flip though. It's not that.
Okay.
It doesn't flip, right? It's nothing to do with positives and negatives here. Okay, so what does 0 and -6 flip to? Somebody else. Play along. Yeah.
6, 0.
Okay, well, -6 and 0. Right. 2 and 0 switch to what? 0 and 2. And this is 0 and -3/2. Okay, what shape should this make, the graph of the inverse? I don't remember. Go ahead. This is the sideways parabola. Okay, so this is the sideways parabola fraction we dealt with. So -6 and 1/8 and +1/4 is here someplace. Is -6 and 0 is there someplace. 0 and 2 is up here. And 0 and -3/2 is down there. And there's f -1x. Now, the reason we're going to need that is we're going to need this skill for logarithms later on. We'll get to that in a few months. Now, again, if you turn your page sideways, that's hard for the romantic people in the classroom, right? So there's the line of reflection of y equals x, like this, right? So there's that. And if you remember from last year, this isn't a function, okay, right? So if you take a look here at x equals 0, we have 2y, so that's not a function. All right, so your punishment is to run to the library right now and get your textbooks. If you want some practice questions, I'm going to get into the course. Get yourself ready. It's the warm up here. So if you want, hold on. Page 2 is where all my homework is coming from, so if you're really curious. Please watch the video tonight because this is over. Yeah, but you're getting your text. No, you're going to the library and getting your textbook.